Ich bin wieder hier in meinem Revier. Hab wunderbaren Kaffee. Da, 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 da. Lecker. Lecker Schmecker Bausenkriger. Oder so ähnlich. So, weiter geht's. Schiffbruch!
Approaching the rendezvous point outside Atari Space.
Helm, bring us out of warp.
Einen wunderschönen guten Morgen, mein lieber Sven. Willkommen zu diesem kleinen morgendlichen Intermezzo heute. Denn wir werden heute nicht ewig machen. Because of, you know, I hatte Geburtstag und werde heute zu meinen Eltern fahren und muss noch Dinge vorbereiten. Denn wir machen heute Geburtstagessen. Es gibt Raclette und haha, auch wenn ich das Geburtstagskind bin, ich muss trotzdem das Brot backen. Dementsprechend haben wir heute nur einen kurzen Stream. Aber willkommen zu Star Trek Resurgence.
Dropping the impulse.
Oh, scheiße.
Ionic interference surging, Captain. Shield integrity holding. We can take it.
We are the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
Commander Rydek, find us our diplomat, if you will.
Aye, Captain. Let's reduce the noise. Filter out environmental signals. I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal types.
Ach lol. Ernsthaft?
I've located the shuttle.
Opening comms.
On screen.
Shuttle to Resolute. Shuttle to Resolute. Debris field. Lost maneuvering.
USS Excelsior.
I can't get it any clearer.
Won't get a transporter lock. It's just not happening. Power up the tractor beam. We'll pull them directly into the docking bay.
Diaz, you good to run the tractor emitter?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Come on, Diaz.
Oh, ist ja lustig.
First thing, lock onto the shuttle and stabilize the rotation. We're pulling in debris.
I'm on it.
Heilige.
That's gonna take out the shuttle. Diaz, the bridge. There's a large piece of debris headed for the shuttle. The tractor beam can't handle it.
Can our shields take it?
I believe so.
Commander Rydek, plot an intercept course.
On it.
Auf geht's! Ja, Mann!
Here we go. Maneuvering thrusters bearing 53 Mark 17. 200 meters on an intercept course.
Maneuvering.
Nice.
Got it.
Whoa. Someone's working hard on the bridge.
Nice. Und rein damit. Sehr schön. So. Und Sven, wie ist es dir so heute Morgen? Alles senkrecht? Fleißig am Call of Duty spielen?
Got the shuttlecraft on board.
Good job. We're on our way down to meet them.
Na, Spock? Ja, ich hab's gewusst.
So to speak.
Sir Spock. The captain will be right down to meet you, sir.
In that case, I will wait for him here.
Well, let me be the first to say, welcome to the Resolute, Ambassador.
Thank you, Petty Officer.
Carter? Carter Diaz. Sir.
I am pleased to meet you, Petty Officer Carter Diaz. It appears I have you to thank for my safe arrival. Your assistance arrived not a moment too soon, if I may say so.
Well, it wasn't all me. I got some help from upstairs.
A bombastic approach to clearing debris. We thought we were prepared for our arrival in Hotari space, but it is evident my craft was not sufficiently robust for such intense ionic activity.
The storm has been pretty intense.
There was an element that was most unusual. Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines were rendered inoperable. So we attempted a short traversal at warp speed, only to find that we could not achieve warp at all, even though our diagnostics computer showed no faults or anomalies. What do you make of that? Well, all indications say that warp speed is possible, but in practice, we find it is not.
Well, this storm is one of the strangest phenomena we've ever encountered. It's disrupted other systems. Who knows what it might do to a warp drive?
Yes, it would seem further investigation is called for.
Take readings, run some additional diagnostic checks, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Quite logical, Petty Officer Diaz. Thank you.
Ambassador Spock,
Excuse me.
I'm honored to have you aboard. I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind.
Nice. Ich finde es erstaunlich, dass sie die Stimme so gut getroffen haben, weil ich meine, Leonard Nimoy ist ja nun wirklich schon lange nicht mehr unter uns. Und seine letzten Auftritte hatte er ja tatsächlich in den neuen Star Trek-Filmen. Zuletzt im zweiten mit Khan. Lang ist's her. Das ist wirklich schon lange her. So. Alles gut soweit und ja, Cod läuft. Habe alles soweit fertig gespielt und warte jetzt gespannt auf Season 2. Ich werde nachher wahrscheinlich noch ein bisschen offstream halt Call of Duty spielen, weil ich noch einiges an Tokens eigentlich verdienen möchte. Während ich dann nebenher mein Brot backe. Aber ja, ich habe noch nicht alles frei. Mir fehlt noch ganz viel. Nun, so, wollen wir mal gucken, was Spock und so zu erzählen hat, wa?
Ambassador Spock, my senior staff. It's not every day that a captain gets to welcome a Starfleet legend aboard.
You flatter me, Captain Solano. But legend implies the past tense, whereas I am very much focused on our present circumstances.
I didn't mean to suggest you were stuck in the past. You're right, Ambassador. Not the most diplomatic choice of words.
Wir brauchen Ihre Erfahrung.
Your experience comes from the past. But our present situation calls for it.
True enough.
We were hoping you could fill us in on the details. We got the basics from Starfleet. 2 formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Indeed. And the tension between them grows fiercer by the hour. Lydia and Hotari. The Lydians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago. This is Tau, the Hotari moon. It is rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Lydians have shared a mining operation there. The Lydians provide the technological resources, while the Hotari have served as the labor force. The stability of that arrangement was the source of their peace, until recently. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations and expelled the Lydians from their system. That is the official story, as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation. But the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
Have the Lydians retaliated against the Hotari? Or taken any action against them?
Surprisingly, they have not yet responded in kind. They were open to a Federation presence, but it is unlikely the relatively primitive Hotari forces would stand a chance against the Lydian fleet in open war. Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed, which is what we are here to prevent.
And the dilithium trade hangs in the balance.
Clearly, the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade them peace is the more profitable alternative for everyone. They both profited from the mines. And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing. Peace is our objective, after all.
That is correct.
We can call it profitable or mutually beneficial, but at the end of the day, the Hotari are still being exploited for their own resources.
True peace is not merely the absence of war. And as such, this conflict will surely come again.
Neither the Lydians or the Hotari are members of the Federation, so we can't make them do anything.
There is an additional complicating factor I should mention.
Interessant.
In the past, the Federation has relied on the Lydians as a source of dilithium.
That certainly changes things.
Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
That means the Hotari have no reason to trust us.
I wouldn't go that far, Commander.
We are completely neutral in this matter, on neither one side nor the other. Any suggestion otherwise would compromise our position. Given the Federation's involvement in the Iridium dilithium trade, Captain Solano and I must make every effort to appear neutral in these negotiations.
What worries me is if this whole thing unravels and we're at the mercy of the storm at less than full strength.
We can't let it come to that.
Considering what the ion storm has done to our ship and the Ambassador's shuttle, we have to assume the Iridian fleet has had problems with it as well.
Das geht fürchterlich
Recent
schief.
surge in the energy disturbance temporarily levels the playing field.
Commander Westbrook is correct. The energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past. But they have never been observed on the orders of magnitude we have seen in recent weeks.
That may answer why the Hotari were able to strike back after so long. They finally had an opportunity, and they took it.
That would also explain the Ilidians' restraint.
And reason to learn as much about the energy anomaly as we can while we are here. We do not want to be caught at a disadvantage of our own. So I trust we understand our circumstances.
We're operating on a strict timetable here, and we're going to be leaving for the negotiations shortly. Commander Westbrook, I want you to leverage our systems to investigate the anomaly from here while we're gone.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you all.
Dismissed.
I want to speak to both of you privately.
Ambassador Spock, I'd like to make a formal introduction. My first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
Commander, as you are aware, there are limits to what Captain Solano and I can do in our official capacity as representatives of the Federation. But someone in an unofficial capacity, your first officer, for example, would not be bound by those restrictions. Commander Rydek could ingratiate herself to certain parties behind the scenes, where they may be more candid in revealing information that could lead to a resolution.
She certainly goes her own way. Maybe that helps in this case.
Ich bin kein Diplomatin.
With all due respect, Ambassador, I'm not a trained diplomat.
That's exactly what we're going to leverage.
I began my time in Starfleet as a science officer, not as an ambassador. We must be adaptable in the line of duty.
Well, I hope Commander Rydek will have more luck finding out what really happened than we will through official diplomatic channels.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests of the Federation, and the prospect for peace may very well depend on it.
Interesting. Haben wir jetzt einen Kapitelsprung? Nein, doch. Doch, haben wir. Und ich glaube, das ist ein relativ guter Zeitpunkt, weil jetzt würde es quasi wirklich in so einen richtigen neuen Geschichtsabschnitt gehen. Ich glaube, wir machen jetzt schon Feierabend und heben uns das fürs nächste Mal auf.